Welcome back to the channel, all my stellar believers. This is for you. Oh man, talk Denelle Dixon is telling again. You think not? This is why they keep putting out all these giant videos. And by giant, I mean they're north of 30 minutes, 37 minutes of dense technical talk. Sometimes they throw a little bit of life stories on top of it, right? Because they love to hide. Stellar loves to hide things. Hey, believe what you want. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just telling you. This is what I'm saying. They love to bury things in these long videos. Now, they released a video the other day. It's titled Trust, Disruption, and Navigating the Decentralized Frontier. And Denelle gives you a great outlook or insight into the mind state going forward. She gives you a great look into why Stellar, Ripple, Algorand are dominating now and will continue to dominate in the future. In my humble opinion, I'm going to read it to you. See, but fast forward that video. Don't watch the whole thing just yet. Fast forward that video to 14 minutes. Wait. 14 minutes and 28 seconds. What does she say? This is what she said. I'm reading from the transcript in the video. If you go down in that description box has a lot of stuff in it. Sometimes it has chapters like on my videos, which people don't look at the chapters all the time. They think it's one video about one topic and there's like multiple topics, but whatever. It also has a transcript in there. This is what it says. It says, when we first met them, talking about MoneyGram, when we first met them, they were basically this antiquated animal. She called MoneyGram an animal, an antiquated animal. That's like calling someone a filthy animal, which means what? They were inferior. Definitely not superior. They were inferior. You think not? Let's keep going. They were this antiquated animal that we were going to disrupt and remove. What? I told people that we were taking over. Christine Lagarde told people that we could take over the banks. It came out her own mouth. She said, we got to get control of this crypto stuff, because if we don't, they could render us useless. The central banks. Who was she talking about? The only ones that have the power to do that are XRP, XLM, Algorand, Quant, the bank coins. The bank coins. So I said it. Christine Lagarde said it. And now you hear Denelle Dixon saying it. Well, let's ask the question. Has anything changed since that time? Don't worry. We're going to get back. There's more here. Click that like button, by the way, because we've been cooking the last 2 days. I would appreciate it. Let's keep going. It says they were this antiquated animal that we were going to disrupt and remove. Oh, Stellar, why didn't you? Stellar, you should have taken and dominated everything, but I get it. You didn't want that war. I get it. So you congealed with them. I wonder who else you're going to congeal with. And congealing with them you didn't stir up the hornet's nest to come against you. That's why you were able to land Wisdom Tree and Franklin Templeton. And once again, I wonder who else. I wonder who else you're sitting on. I wonder who else you're going to announce in the next year or two. Slowly, we march towards that throne. But let's keep going. This is from the transcript. Anybody can read it. Make your own interpretation. It says here that we were going to disrupt and remove when, in fact, really, what MoneyGram and JP Morgan. Why did she mention JP Morgan? Huh? She could have said anybody, any company. There's a lot of big companies out there. Could have said Franklin Templeton. Could have said Wisdom Tree. Why JP Morgan? Uh-oh. Keep silent thine tongue, or thine words will betray thee. That's an old ancient saying. That means watch your mouth before you say something that you really didn't want to say. You didn't really want to say that. We had a saying when I was little that sort of parallels the ancient saying. It was called loose lips sink ships. She told a little bit too much. She's telling. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling real good right now. I'm feeling real good. keep going. This is eye-opening. We didn't even get deep in the video. We may have to break this up, but go watch it yourself if you want to. 37-minute video. It says really what MoneyGram and JP Morgan and all of the players, all of them, all of the players that are on the edge. On the edge of what? They're certainly not on the cutting edge. On the edge of what, everybody? The edge of being taken over, the edge of being dominated, the edge of falling out of the throne that they so falsely sit on. And who was taking the throne around that time? Crypto was taking the throne across the board, by the way. Across the board, we were dominating. We just had an expert come out the other day and say they're jealous of crypto. Well, who was it? It was one of the Bitcoin maximalists said that he didn't say they're jealous of Bitcoin. He said they're jealous of crypto. Let's keep going. Oh, they're telling. Let's keep going. This is lovely. It says here, and all the players that are on the edge and actually have the on and off ramps, which is what Stellar needed, another wise thing. They said, let's go get some of those on and off ramps. We see that they're struggling. We don't need them, but we'll take them. And they took them. It says, are exactly the things that crypto and blockchain need. Of course, Denelle is talking about Stellar. That's her company. Stellar Foundation, nonprofit or not. That's who she works for. So that's who she's talking about. She's not there to benefit other chains. She's there to benefit Stellar. Boom. Stay hungry, Stellar. Stay hungry. It says, and that all chains need. So it was really eye-opening. It was a really eye-opening experience for me when I went back and looked at our website. Let me scroll down. Wait a minute. Let's push play on this. Let's see if it'll scroll up automatically.
I looked at our website and said, we always have to think about what we want the future to look like.
It says, when I went back and looked at our website, and he said, we always have to think about what we want the future to look like. So at this point, she's starting to come to grips with, after seeing how much of an antiquated animal all of these financial companies are, that the future is theirs to mold, Stellar's to mold, crypto's to mold. And have they not been molding it? Yes, they have. So there's more to come. So this confirms what I was believing, that Stellar is either attempting to get into the driver's seat, has a desire to get into the driver's seat, but they know the power that they hold. And they can only know that if they have seen, and we have confirmed through this, they've seen the vulnerability in the traditional financial system, which means what? That means they also know they can capitalize with partnerships. That means that they have seen the opportunity. It's just a matter of, have they capitalized on those partnerships? And I'll tell you what. Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree, United Nations, phone calls from the White House, SCC Bank, banks in the Ukraine, all types of different partnerships in Africa. We can go on and on and on. If that's the start, then where does everything finish? If that's how you start, that's a pretty big start, in my humble opinion. Then how big is everything really going to get? If they saw the weakness in the legacy system and they want to bank the unbanked, and people don't see what's coming. They don't see what's coming. And I don't need anyone to agree with me or believe with me. It's up to you. I'm just a humble researcher. That's all. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I walk this path, this XLM Stellar path. Just like I walk XRP. I have both. I've had both since the beginning. Good bag of both. Just like Algorand got me. Look, oh man, I don't play with the bank coins. Not at all. Not one little bit. Once again, I iterate. They're trying to become the base layer of the new financial system. You decide where you think things can go for yourself. But this is what Denelle Dixon says at let's see what minute mark it is. At 18 minutes and 20 seconds, Denelle Dixon says, that's the vision I had for Stellar. Remember, I told you everything's supposed to run behind the scenes. This is why they keep really, really quiet. They just needed to work. They don't need the people to know how it works. It says, this is what Denelle Dixon says, that's the vision I had for Stellar, is it should be a thing that's like working for you, that you trust. Here goes that trust again we talked about. Same trust the Bank of International Settlements is talking about, IMF is talking about. Very interesting, isn't it? But it says that you trust even if you don't know exactly what happens on the network. They want to be behind the scenes. You know who's behind the scenes? Powers are behind the scenes. Controllers. Big money networks. That's what they want to be the base layer of the new financial system. Haven't the people always said Stellar for retail payments? You know how? Oh, my word. Oh, my. I can't wait for a little bit more clarity in the United States. Stellar will run wild. I'd love to see that day. I would love to see that day. A little bit more clarity, and Stellar, 2 companies will run wild, and a third also in the United States. If we can get clarity at some point, holy smokes, Congress, get off your backsides and do something. Stellar will run wild, I promise you, in the United States if they are given that opportunity with clarity on crypto across the board. That's number one, because the banks made it clear, hey, we'll go all in with utilizing these systems, but only once there is complete regulatory clarity across the board. This is what they said themselves. All right. Hey, I don't control what they say. And a lot of people read it for themselves. OK, that's number one. Stellar will run wild. Number 2, XRP Ripple will run wild. We've got multiple confirmations of that. All right. It's just a matter of them actualizing on that. And number 3, Algorand. Don't ever forget Algorand. People have forgot about Algorand. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish. And people often act like they forgot about Algorand. A little Slim Shady. Some of y'all not old enough to even remember Eminem and Slim Shady, you know. But one long time ago, you know, he was a good rapper, but he also had a little big, you know, when rap used to put a little wisdom in there. Algorand, the forgotten giant, the real sleeping giant, will run wild. That's another thing. I had an article the other day I didn't cover on Algorand. And it's so funny. People are taking that and flipping it to other cryptos where, you know, Italy is doing some sort of deals. The banks in Italy are doing some sort of partnerships, DLT partnerships with other countries, right? And so I'm not sure if I covered it or not. I don't remember. I do so many chapters, everyone. Forgive me. But first thing I thought was, wait a minute, Algorand runs Italy. Algorand has a ton of banks in Italy. Do a Google search. I know a lot of people are new here. They may not know that. Algorand has a ton of banks in Italy. Not only that, insurance companies. And yet nobody's talking about Algorand getting mixed up in all of that and having a part to play in that. Oh, no, it's definitely the forgotten giant, 100%. And it will run wild in the United States. In my humble opinion, when we have complete regulatory clarity, which we do not have yet. So now that you have that information, I hope you're all having a wonderful morning or having a wonderful afternoon. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to Balls. I saw that, Little Balls. You changed your name. No longer Little Balls. Now just Balls. I respect it. I like the name changes. Shout out to Wizard and Marky Mark and I Love Life 22 and a lot of people. I don't know if these individuals watch the Stellar videos. I'm not sure, but I hope they see this. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Blockchain 663, Laser Current. I always say Laser Current. Shout out to Laser Current. Oh man, there's so many people I respect here. So anyway, I'll be back in the evening with the XRP, XLM, Solana news, maybe even a little bit of Flare. Songbird was up a little bit. Quant was up. Do you see Quant hit 110? Oh, don't get me too excited. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't get me too excited with Quant going to 110. Maybe a little bit of Quant news. I don't know. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. Definitely going to cover gold. Definitely going to cover gold and some good stuff. I love making these videos. I do, man. I appreciate every single one of you out there. Click that like button, please, because I want to keep on coming to you. I do. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm talking so fast. I almost said I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, until next time, folks, let's get to the money.